Good morning, Panther fans. Welcome to our bright and early Sunday morning edition of Florida Panthers Review. And there goes Stu. Yeah. Hey, look, I'm going to read to you all because I can't say it any better. I'm going to read to you all and paraphrase what Stu said to me at the end of the game last night. It was ugly, but it's 2 points. And at the end of the year, it won't matter that we pretty much sucked at the beginning of the game, got lucky at the end for a tap in goal.
There you go. All right. This
That's it.
review's over.
That's the review. Have a nice day. Make sure you hit subscribe. Colin and I will be live for the Dolphin game in 4 hours. 5, actually. So, yeah,
That's
I
it.
mean, look.
That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I were both like, we are really sucking ass, and in the beginning of the game.
Maurice said it. Did you see the in-game interview with Maurice?
No.
Yeah, in the middle, like the first 5 minutes of the second period, Katie did an interview with Maurice.
Okay.
And she asks him, "So how do you think? How do you think the team is matching the Kraken's speed?" And he practically rolled his eyes, he's like, "Yeah, not very well at all." He was pissed. So it wasn't just us. It wasn't just us old complainers. You know what I mean? Of course, Maurice is an old complainer, but
I just don't understand the Jekyll and Hyde Panthers. I just don't get it.
I know.
I mean, do they realistically think they're going to step on the ice? Oh, we're the Eastern Conference champs. We beat the Bad Bruins. We beat Toronto. We swept Carolina.
Right. Kind of.
And then, of course, we got shellacked in the finals. But we're still the Eastern Conference champs. That means we step on the ice and we have an automatic win. No, don't work that way, guys.
Yeah, no. I don't really think that that's what it is. I think I hate to put it this way, but the way it looks to me is purposeful energy management. I mean, because they turn it on. I mean, look, we get down 2-0, and like before I could finish lifting for the second goal that Kraken got, it was 2-2. Okay. Before I could be done lifting. And then they sat on it the rest of the game. They played the rest of the game, especially the third period, like they had a lead. They played like they had a lead, and they got away with it. Now, Nick, true, he seems to think that play, the way Mahura sent the puck into the boards, that it was purposeful.
Right? They practice that stuff, guys.
Right, but wouldn't it? I mean, it would have to be like a bullseye shot off the boards, right? For that to,
Yeah, I mean I don't want to get. I don't want to get that deep and say he hit the right spot. It's like you throw it in and you just never know.
Are we talking about hockey, or are you talking about something else?
What's that? Are you talking about Cousins' goal?
Oh, you missed it. It's rewatch the video and what you said and what I said, and you'll laugh.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the Cousins' goal.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, okay.
It's early, and you'll trust me when you rewatch the video. Somebody watching live now got it.
All right. Well, I will say this: in the old Joe Louis Arena, those boards were really lively.
Right.
And Detroit definitely had an advantage because they purposely would shoot the puck a certain way where it would careem off the corner or whatever, and
yeah, right.
Pavel Datsyuk was like right there. It was in the net. I don't know. It's early in the morning.
It's early in the morning. And Sean is saying good morning, guys. What a puck luck win, and that's exactly right. Yeah. Now, of course, if they asked Mahura if he did it on purpose, they're going to say, yeah, of course, we planned it exactly that way, man. 8-ball in the pocket corner. You know what I mean? I mean, it couldn't, because if the puck doesn't go exactly right to Cousins, goalie was already getting back and diving into the net when if Cousins would have missed that one, that's it. You're out.
Yeah, that's a real shitty way for that goalie to lose. He played pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I said in the
I'm
stream.
sure. I mean, you could see how pissed he was.
Yeah, yeah.
You
But he
know
made
that
the right
man,
play.
you're gonna beat me on that piece of
I know.
ass,
I know.
Karen.
I know. I know. But hey, look, and like you said, at the end of the year, those are the points, man.
Yeah.
Those are the points. You
Listen,
know,
what else did I write to you early in the game when it was 2-0?
I don't remind me.
Seattle has our number.
I mean, we did beat them last year, right? They've been in the President's Trophy year. They were the team that beat us twice.
Yep.
And that, yeah, in their expansion. Yeah. But look,
The Panther killer on that team, Jared McCann.
oh yeah. I'm clapping because what you don't know is when McCann scored, somebody on the stream commented, "I'm just here to say Stu's going to call Jared McCann a Panther killer tomorrow on the review."
Who was that?
I don't remember. It was Kyle read the comment. I don't remember who said it, but I'm dying laughing now.
Well, there's another player that did shit with us.
Yeah.
Goes on to another team and
yeah, no, hey, look, when over the summer I did a video, this is off topic, but I did a video of like one of the first videos after the season was over was a team of former Florida Panthers, right? And it was pretty damn good. There's at least, I mean, McCann scored 40, or you got a couple guys that almost scored 30. I mean, it was actually when you added up the stats from the former Panthers, like goals scored and it was a lot of it was better than the actual team that we had now. So there's some good guys out there, but I'm not saying we needed those guys back. I don't want anybody to misconstrue. Sean wants to know if Stu put money on us to win the cup in Vegas.
No, I did not.
Yeah, Stu needs to keep his money.
I'm leaving that alone.
Yeah.
What will be. I didn't want to have any, monetary stake in the game to just didn't even want to think about it. And then, oh man, I lost $100. It's not the money. It's just like,
right. So, I like this switch that Maurice made with Lundell and Luster-Ryan, and then it immediately everybody's saying, "What's wrong with Lundell?" And I keep saying, "Well, look at who he's playing with." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then as soon as they put him up there with, Verhaeghe and Kachuk, all of a sudden he starts to look more like Anton Lundell. And Luster-Ryanen's game actually fit Lomberg and Cousins more than it did Verhaeghe and Kachuk. So until whenever the day is that the hockey guides decide to bless Sam Bennett with 2 straight days of health, until that day comes, I guess we'll leave Lundell at 2C.
Yeah. That's another thing I texted you. As soon as I saw that, that change, you could see that Kachuk woke up out of his funk.
A little bit. Yeah,
right?
a little bit. So we all love Luster-Ryan. I think he's better on wing. You know what I mean? I think he's better on wing. And, it's tough. I did a video the other day about Sam Bennett, and I reminded everybody how we were ragging on how lethargic and how terrible Huberdeau looked, and then Bennett showed up, and all of a sudden, it was when Bennett showed up, he got 19 points in the last 13 games, and then he had the President's Trophy season where he had the 85 assists, and then without Bennett now he's not the same player. So Sam Bennett is more key than even I've given him credit for.
We've said that at every video.
Yeah. So
good news, good seeing that video of Montour and Ekblad.
Yeah.
They're a few weeks away. I would imagine just conditioning stuff and
George said the date now is more like Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So that means maybe
And
Christmas.
I saw
Around here, Thanksgiving is maybe Christmas.
Maurice saying what I said, that Montour will probably be back. He
Yeah.
said about a week before Ekblad.
Okay.
All
So
can,
I have a question for you on that.
yeah,
Now we've seen a little bit more. Give me your pairs when Montour comes back and then when Ekblad comes back.
I still say Forsling and Montour.
Oh, so you want to break up Forsling and Larson?
Yeah, because I always like the lefty righty.
Okay.
And I
okay.
like the chemistry between Montour and Forsling.
Right.
And now as far as, what happens before Ekblad, and I want to say Larson and Mikkola, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, I guess the point I was trying to get to was two guys are going to have to leave the ice. Which two leave the ice?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's look at it that way. Because I don't think, based on what I'm seeing and Maurice's comments, I think it's going to be Mahura and Balinskis. I think Kulikov will stay.
And in my opinion, he's the weak link.
Well,
he's just very slow.
Look, I've ragged on the guys from the start of the season. He is involved one way or another. Let's just put it that way. You know what I mean? He's making some good plays and then he's getting beat a little bit.
People said he played a good game last night.
He did play a good game. I didn't see. I mean, look, there's going to be times when he's not Cale Makar, he's not Erik Karlsson. If he's even with the guy and the guy wants to walk around him, he's pretty much going to get walked around. Okay, that's not going to change. But I think that based on what I've seen from Kulikov getting a little bit better versus the chaos of the Mahura-Balinskis pair, I'd almost rather have the steadiness of Kulikov on that bottom pair than whatever the hell Mahura and Balinskis are doing back there, because it's a shit show.
I don't think Mahura is getting benched.
Well, yeah.
But then you got Mikkola and Balinskis.
Right.
So we'll have to see how it shakes out.
Yeah.
But going back to what I said originally, Maurice might decide to keep Larson and Forsling together. I don't agree with that. Again, just my opinion. The Forsling-Montour combo worked real well when Ekblad was out. And you got that lefty-righty. And you also got Forsling more in reverting back to the stay-back role, letting Montour do the offensive stuff. I'm very, very, very comfortable with that.
Yeah, I just if you do that, I mean, I understand your points there, but if you do that, then where are you moving Larson? I mean, you can't put Larson in. You can't.
Listen. Larson's going to end up playing with Ekblad.
That's what I was going to say. You can't put those two together.
Well, I'm just saying when everything pans out and they're both back,
that's Ekblad and Ekblad. It's good Ekblad and bad Ekblad or something. I mean, it's I don't know, man. That's scary.
It's going to be Forsling and Montour and Larson and Ekblad. Lefty, right. Watch.
I mean, I'm not saying you might be wrong, but that scares the shit out of me, to be honest.
Why?
Well, because, I mean, all right, Larson has played well. But
Larson's steady.
But Larson has Forsling as a very steady partner. So which one of those two guys is going to be the steady, dependable one?
So
that's
so I've already given you the Forsling Montour thing.
Yeah.
Larson's going to be the stay back role, and he's going to let Ekblad do the offensive stuff. That's what Ekblad needs. He needs someone behind him, because when he fucks up, he's got someone covering his ass. Forsling was when Ekblad played with Forsling, you could see Forsling covered for him a lot.
Right.
Now, did you notice they finally put Forsling QB in the power play, and what happens?
Yeah. Well, he's been on the second unit, but what Maurice did was start the second unit. So, yeah.
Forsling.
Yeah.
I mean, Larson's good, but Forsling should be QB in that first line.
Well, Forsling's probably going to be the one knocked out when Ekblad. That's the thing. When Ekblad comes back,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting.
We'll see.
I mean, look, it's good problems to have. But I kind of thought for a while it was obvious, easy. Kulikov would be the guy out, but I don't know if Mahura is just if he's regressed or if it's just because he's playing with.
He's it's a combination. You could see how important Gudis was to Mahura.
Remember what happened to Ekblad when
he does not seem to be playing with the same confidence that he did the last couple of seasons when he had Gudis next to him.
Right.
So, but Gudis is gone. So,
Well, I've said that the kid goes from playing with a seasoned veteran to Balinskis has never played in the league before. And both of the what I see, you're exactly right, especially in the offensive zone. I saw it last night a bunch of times, and it's funny because that's why when Mahura dumped that puck in, I was screaming, "Just dump it in!" Because earlier in the game, they would get the puck, him and Balinskis get the puck at the blue line, and instead of just dumping it in or shooting it towards the net, they're fumbling and waffling. Then
they're doing Mike Matheson moves.
Yeah.
Or Keith Yandel moves.
Yeah, exactly. One or the other, right?
Listen, how many games are we into the season now?
Like this,
7?
Game 7. Yeah.
So we're 4-7. I mean, 4-3 now.
Right.
What did we say we had to do?
Yeah.
Hold down the fort.
Right.
Till the boys came back.
Right.
Now,
yeah, no.
This week's going to be very challenging.
Boy, do we need Sam Bennett back.
Okay. We need him back yesterday. I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm expecting the Bruins to spank us. When's the next game? Tuesday?
Monday against the Bruins. And
it's Monday night. Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Listen, like I said, I hope not. If they come out like they did last night, it's 4-0.
Yeah.
They got embarrassed in their own barn. The way that they lost that series lead and losing it in overtime the way they did, and Bergeron's retired now, and what a way for him to go out. I mean, the Bruins fans are going to be out for blood.
Well, that's true. That is true.
I imagine that the Bruins are going to come out to smoke us. So if we survive the first period and we're, at least tied, it's a small victory.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
Go
ahead.
I have a good feeling about Bubba in that game. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob looked good last night.
Yeah, we could stop running into his head.
He's been doing his job.
The guy's got the most flexible neck I ever seen every night. I mean, Kulikov ends up elbowing him in the head, and Bob sticks tackle him. He's like, "Yeah, it's okay," right? And then Forsling backs his guy into Bob, and Bob gets completely just obliterated.
It's incredible how many times he's getting knocked on his ass.
I know.
So after the Bruins, who we got up next?
Red Wings on Thursday night.
And then?
Here, let me get it up. I remember the 2 games.
So there's another tough game. Don't count out the Red Wings.
No, and in some of the games that we kind of might have thought were going to be easier.
Yeah, there's no pushovers in the league.
We've got Monday, the Bruins. Thursday are the Red Wings. Saturday, we've got the Blackhawks.
Okay.
But that's this week. But the Blackhawks are I guess are good now. It's hard to gauge. You know what I mean? I mean, they're certainly a lot better. They've beaten some good teams.
Listen, the Panthers have a target on their back because, Stanley Cup finalists. Everybody wants to take us down.
Right.
So
Right.
the boys got to come to play, man. They can't come out like they did last night.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but like I said in the recap, if they're going to start slow and win the game in the second period, that's better than starting fast and losing the game in the second period.
True.
I mean, we could have had 5 goals in the second period.
True.
We were,
Yeah.
An inch away.
I didn't watch your recap. I'm sorry. Normally I do, but I didn't. Right. So I don't even know what you said, and if I'm saying things that you said. But
actually, you're disagreeing with a lot of
listen.
That's okay.
2 goals, bang bang. I mean, tie game, boom.
I didn't have time to put the weights down.
Yeah, and it's really listen, hockey's so fast, and players have to make super split, second decisions with the puck.
Right.
That Reinhardt, if he had nobody around him, if he doesn't touch the puck and gets his skate back on the blue line, that play is onside. He had nobody around him. But again, it's so fast.
Right. Yeah.
That it's like, you don't have time to think of that. But I was thinking about that watching the replay, which he was, obviously offside.
Yeah.
But if he had taken an extra second and not touched the puck and just got his foot back on the line and then touched the puck.
Right. Right. Well, he was trying. It is what it is. But that shot, that snipe was just ridiculous.
And there you go. And that's good segue into my point about these goalies. For whatever reason, I don't understand it. They think they're going to stop the guy when they're on their knees. Instead of standing up tall and hugging the post and taking one of those little 6x6 corners away.
Right.
9.5 times out of 10, or let's just say 9 times out of 10, these guys are so good putting the puck where they want it. Every time the goalie goes down on his knees, it's top shelf corner and in the net.
Yeah. 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 I don't know how we're going to pay him. I hope he doesn't want to raise. I hope he doesn't want to raise. And, look, he's the right age. I mean, we might get lucky there because a lot of times when guys are getting ready to get their big contract, they're coming off like a Luosterainen or a Lundell will be coming off of like a $3 million deal, right? But Reinhardt's been getting 6.5 for a number of years now, so he may not feel as much pressure to, he may rather stay for the same amount or 7 rather than go somewhere. Who knows what somebody else would pay him?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I mean, if he continues like this, that's 3 straight years of it'll be well over 30 goals. I mean, he could easily command 8 on the open market, if not more.
Don't forget, he didn't score for what, 10, 12 games last year?
Yeah, right.
He's scored in 6 in a row now.
He would have. It would have been 6 in a row. But he's on.
Right.
I mean, I know it's early and I know pace doesn't matter, but technically he's on pace for about 90 goals. So, which is good because Kachuk's got one at this bar. I think Barkov has one that maybe, so it's not nobody else is tearing it up, really.
Yeah. Verhaeghe.
Right.
He hasn't really been on it,
I think he's got a couple. He's been quiet. It's like it hasn't been. We're used to Verhaeghe's goal being like in overtime and big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His goals have kind of been in the middle of games. You know what I mean? So they kind of get lost in the shuffle a little bit. But he's fine.
Well, at least we have that combination. That combination is looking good. This Rodriguez kid has definitely been the glue that is, because for whatever reason the Barkov Reinhardt combo didn't work. Like I said, 5 or 6 times that Maurice tried putting them together.
I'm thinking now. I'm trying to think. It was always with Verhaeghe, though, right? It was always with Verhaeghe. And that's
think
not a
so.
knock on Verhage, but Rodriguez is clearly a different and more complete player. So,
Well, he's a right-handed shot
right.
on the right side.
Is he playing? I thought you told me Reinhardt was still playing on the right.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Right. So they moved him to his
You're
left.
right. You're right.
Yeah. Well, whatever
Whatever.
it is, it's working.
We need
Whatever.
Bennett back.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Bennett.
he's like they used to say. Darryl Strawberry was the straw that stirred the Mets drink.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
Bennett goes, so do the
Yeah.
Panthers.
And look, the other thing is I know I gave him grief earlier on in the year, but Stenlund is definitely impressing me now.
Yep.
You know, yeah. If we were down a guy, I mean, we're lucky that we've got Lundell and Luosterainen because most teams would have had to move move guys up around, up a bit. But no, he's definitely impressing me that whole. And then we had this guy Lockwood out there last night. I mean, he looked okay. He looked fine. And then we've got another guy that we've got.
Yeah, that sort of guy just disappeared.
Well, that's they're in the AHL right now. Samoskevich and Sordiv. Maurice doesn't want them really playing on the fourth line, right? So I guess they wanted to get Lockwood into a game, and
All right, so Bennett comes back.
Yeah.
So now you got Barkov, Rodriguez, and Reinhardt.
Right.
You got
Bennett, Kachuk, and Verhage.
Kachuk and Verhage, and then you got Lundell, Luosterainen, and
Cousins.
Cousins over. You wouldn't put Stanley, move him up?
No, because Stenlund's more of a center than
okay.
Yeah. You need
so then we have Lundell, Stenlund, and Lawrence. Okay, there you go.
Lombard, yeah.
Lombard, what did I say?
Yeah, Lundell. I do the same thing. Last night I was talking about the switch with Lundell and Luosterainen, and I said Luosterainen both times. The brain is thinking Lundell, but I said Luosterainen. So
yeah, Luosterainen needs to play with Lundell.
Yeah.
Because when he's not, he's looking lost.
Yeah. Well, look, they're still young. They're still young developing players. You know what I mean? I mean, what's Lundell, 23?
Listen,
right?
If we could only stay healthy, okay? If we can only stay healthy and stay consistent with those four lines and having, Ekblad and Montour back, we're a good team.
Right.
And of course, if Bob, continues to play the way he's been playing.
That's a big thing because we knew this going into the season. We could not have last year's Bob to start the season. We couldn't have that. I still don't know what the hell that was.
I just don't want Maurice to burn, like you're talking about time management.
Right.
The most important time management is with the goalies.
Yeah. No, I said this in the recap, I expect Bob Monday and then Thursday, and then let Stolarz play against the Blackhawks on Saturday because you can't.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you can't have 5 games to 1 because that would have Bob starting 60 games.
Yeah,
that we really barely don't even want Bob starting 50 games. Apparently, Spencer Knight killed it last night in the AHL, pitched a shutout and made some amazing saves. I haven't seen it yet, but part of the issue with Spencer Knight, though, as you're looking at things moving forward, for those of people who are interested, when Ekblad and Montour come back, when all the salaries are taken into consideration, we will have to have one less reserve player. So I don't think we'll be able to have like a 7th defenseman and a 13th forward. I think it's right on the bubble there. But remember, we're getting like a 1.3 million or something like that in salary relief because Spencer Knight is in the AHL.
Right.
So if we bring him back up, for sure, that would mean we'd have to have one less guy on the roster.
And that might be an untold reason for keeping him down there.
Right. Yeah.
In
It
addition to
definitely.
having him play, because I was thinking they'll bring him up mid-season, or
Right.
they'll bring him up after the All-Star break for that last push.
But I mean, if Stolars is playing well, there's really no reason to do that
I
right now.
I agree.
Let Knight. I mean, he has not played a full I'm the starter, I'm the guy season. And who knows how long it's been, right? It certainly hasn't been since he's been here, and this is what, his third season?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
No, wait. Well, technically, but he came in at the
yeah.
end.
Don't count the last 6 games of that last.
Well,
The
I
fifth.
kind of count it because he came in and won us a playoff game, so I kind
Yeah,
of count it. You know what I mean? But point is that he hasn't been, the guy for a full year where he just knows I'm the guy. This is my job. This is my role, and that's the flip side to it, right? I mean, kid could come onto the ice now. Bob gets sick. Knight comes in. 5 games, goes 4-1, allows 9 goals in 4 games, and Bob's back. Okay, kid, see you. Take a hike, go back. I mean, he's only human. You know what I mean? And
he's. I don't want to say fragile. That's too harsh of a word, but you got that whole mental thing going on. So you
well,
don't want to do anything to tilt the balance.
I
Right
think
now,
it's a tough position he got put in when he got drafted, right?
yeah,
This isn't just about the immediate stuff that happened on the ice. This is getting drafted and realizing that unless something really, really crazy or bad happens, you're blocked from being a starting goalie in the NHL, which is what you've worked your whole life to be. And because of the salary that Bob gets, it almost doesn't matter how well he played. He wasn't going to be the starter.
right.
You know what I mean? Unless Bob just completely tanked. So, you go to all the hockey practices when you're 6 years old and you do all the early morning stuff and you do the whole thing, and you know that you're a top-notch prospect and you get drafted and you're immediately blocked. I mean, we had just signed Bob for 7 years, like the same week.
Yeah, but don't
So,
forget he was 18 years old when he came up.
right.
Like that kid they talked about, Goldie mentioned something about that McLeod kid from Seattle, 27 years old, and he's finally coming into his own. Jacob
Right.
Markstrom is another
Markstrom,
example.
right.
We gave
Right.
up on him because he was
Well,
horrible, but he was
well,
young, and
yeah.
goalies, I guess, take a little bit more time to mature and settle into their
Right.
whatever their
Yeah,
role.
not everybody is Andrei Vasilevsky.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's the exception, not the rule. And now, I talked about on the podcast last week with Vasilevsky and why, I've been yelling for years why they never got him a decent backup. The last 2 seasons, 63 and 60 starts. And you always think of Vasilevsky as this young guy, right? Well, he's 29 now,
yeah.
which means he's going to be 30 coming off, with the back surgery and a lot of miles. And I mean, 30 is 30. I don't care what sport it is. You hit 30, it's like magic dust gets sprinkled on your body. You know what I mean?
Listen, the bottom line is that Stolars does his job,
Right.
just relieving Bob when we need him to relieve Bob.
Right.
Then keep Knight down there.
Yep.
Bring him up for the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, we got to make the playoffs.
Again, to me, this season is all about injuries. And if we could have one season where we don't have any, Barkov out for 3 weeks.
Right.
Or, I won't even mention any other players' names. But you know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. Bobrovsky. We can go far.
Okay. I agree with Stu.
We can go far. We got
All right, everybody.
We got a good team.
Yeah.
We
No,
just
look.
have to lace them up and get out there and work.
Right. Yeah.
You see what happens when they don't work.
Yeah.
Or I should say, you see what happens when we work.
Yes, exactly.
Because that spurt, like you said, in that second period, we could have had 5 goals.
Yeah. I mean,
Lomberg hit the post.
Yeah, Lomberg hit the post. Cousins hit the post.
There was another one where I don't know, somehow, I don't know what shot it was, but was it McLeod? I don't know if I'm mispronouncing the goalie's name. Whatever. He made a save.
He made a save.
The puck was going in, and
yeah,
he didn't even know where it was, and
right.
it hit him. I think it was Kachuk's shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and it
anyway,
was good to see Chucky get it goal.
But yeah, let's see what happens when Sammy comes back.
Yep. Hopefully. I just don't, for your own mental health, Panther fans, listen nothing to what Paul Maurice says. When they step out on the ice, those are the guys. Those are the guys. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for joining us this morning. And I'll have this up and out for the rest of the channel here within the next hour or so. Over on the football channel, Kyle and I will be live starting at 12:30 for Dolphins Patriots. Then we'll be live tomorrow night for the Boston game. We'll be live Thursday night for the Red Wings. And we will be live Friday night for the first of the year, the Florida Panthers fans have their say stream. I kind of wanted to wait a little bit so Stu could be here and so we could have a little bit of a better picture after the Boston and Red Wings games. So other than that,
busy week.
I'm going back to bed now. All right. I'll see you guys in a few hours.